Hi everyone and welcome to my channel AI with Muzammil. Today in this video I'm going to be helping you creating your first Python script and setting up your Python environment. Before going into that, I would appreciate if you can subscribe this channel. So first things first, we're gonna go onto this website, Miniconda, which is basically a free minimal installer for Conda, and this helps you manage your packages very easily. So you can go onto this website and scroll down a bit, and you can see here in this table that there is installer support for different operating systems with different versions. And you can, depending on your machine, you can install either of these. So I have like 64-bit Windows. I'm gonna install it. Once it's downloaded, you can click on it and it's going to open the installation interface. And the installation interface is pretty simple to navigate. You can simply click next, agree the terms, and say next again. The destination folder is correct, and simply you can click on install here. But I've already installed it, so I'm not going to reinstall it. But when you install it here, click on it on this install, it's going to install it for you. And it's a pretty straightforward process. Once you have installed this Miniconda, you're gonna hop up onto this Code Studio website. This is VS Code by Microsoft. It's again a very free and most popular editor for different programming languages. You can come here and click on this download, and depending on again on your operating system, you can download it for either of your operating system. I'm gonna say Windows, and it's gonna start downloading it. And once it's downloaded, I guess um, very soon we can click on it and it's gonna open the installation interface. But I have already installed it and it's running in the background, so that's why it says that it's currently running and that's why it cannot reinstall it. But for you, it's gonna be a very straightforward process and you can install it right away. Once you're installed with Miniconda and VS Code, you can go right into VS Code and uh, almost start your Python programming. But before writing your first Python program, the recommended practice is to use different environments. And the purpose of these environments is to isolate different projects from each other. So, because some projects work on, for example, Python 3.6, some works on Python 3.7, and some works on different versions of different languages. So it's always a good practice to create different environments for each project so that you have no compatibility or dependency issues. So right now we are going to create a new environment, and the command for that is conda create dash n, and you can give it any name. So maybe I'm going to give it like my first environment, okay? And then you can also specify which Python um, version you want to install it. So you can either go for 3.6, you can go for 3.7, I don't know, 8 or 9, whatever, but you can give it any Python version that you wanna go for, and 3.7 is basically one of the most used so far, but depending on different projects, you can go for either of the Python version. So let's go for 3.7 because in this we are just gonna have a basic tutorial of how to write a Python program. And you can press enter and it's gonna start installing it. It asks if you want to proceed, just say yes, and it's gonna install it soon, hopefully. And once it's installed, you can see that it guides you that you have to activate this first. So you have to activate this environment to use it. So you're gonna say conda activate, and then you can write my first env, and it's gonna, you can see the prompt has changed from base to my first env. We can clear the screen, and we are almost ready. Now what we can do is create a new file, save it in this project, and give it a name, maybe hello world, which is one of the most famous opening lines. And remember to save it as Python extension py. This is these files are basically used for Python, and I have a mistake here, .py. Okay, And now we are almost ready. We just want to start programming. So for example, you can say print and you can say hello world and then you save it. And the way to do is you can either press this play button over here, or you can also simply say Python, and Python is basically the command, the pre-command, and then you're gonna give the file name, which file do you want to run, and you can also like write half name of the file and then press tab, and it's gonna write it out for you and this then press enter. And you can see that here we have successfully created our first Python program. You can also play around with, for example, for I in range, just play around with different programs and print, I don't know, I plus one or whatever. Or maybe you can, yes. So, and once you saved it, you can see here, if we do it again, we're gonna have it from the counting from 1 to 2. So that's how you're gonna write your first Python code. And that's it for this tutorial. In the follow-up videos, I'm gonna be exploring different aspects of Python programming. So make sure you subscribe this channel to follow more content. Thank you.